Assalamualaikum, hello and welcome to the Financial Talks with the Stories Laugh. I'm your host, a financial degree student, surviving my final exams. So I know the stress of balancing theory with real life stories. And today, we dive into the human side of money. I'm joined by Chong, a director at AKPK, who helps people escape the debt trap, and a government employee living the reality of housing and colors. So, Sean, let's start with you. Is money just a tool, or does it define our future?
Okay, so thank you, Hazel, for inviting me to this podcast session. So let me introduce myself again, this theory. So first and foremost, my name is Chong Kai Wat. I am the one of the director of the Credit and Debit Management Agency, which is AKPK. As you know, AKPK is agency counseling pengurusan keuangan. Then I also one of the senior advisor of this financial. So for me, money is not just a tool, but also things that can change your own future. So are you unsure your financial is in the correct track? As you know, I am the team safe of this podcast and also in your future. So this is because I will assure you have your own money security without stress and regret in your future. And I assure you life can live peacefully. In fact, there is 72% person that are happy in saving money in our government last year. I will let you know that you will miss something if you do not hear my advice. That's all from me from my introduction.
So from the word from Sean, the financial is the real track, so you don't get stressed about it. I agree with that, but we got to give his opinion about it. So what about you, Sean?
Okay, let me introduce myself again. My name is Ong Yap, the government employer who will represent the point of Stanley in today's session. So, from what John said just now, I am totally disagree with his opinions. From my point of view, I think that spending is actually in my life. Although I have lots of debts in my bank account, but I don't see it as a failure. I see it as a subscription fee for me to access to the better lifestyle or characteristics like qualities. Actually, we live in the world that's filled with unpredictable. We don't know what will happen in the next second, what will happen in the next minute. Our life is so short. So why should us stress ourselves for saving? Our emotional and our mental wealth is actually more important than our personal wealth. So for me, it's meaningless if our head is filled with what we should not just set ourselves to do something that we are really stressed about. That's one of my point. Thank you.
Well, thank you. So the word that he said that this word is unpredictable, so don't stress about for saving not too far. Yeah, I agree with that too. So this topic will be more far than we expected. And I got my opinion. I like the idea of release valve, but at what point does the valve break the machine? Chuck, you have some sovereign states on what happens when we prioritize the now too much.
Okay, so as you know that we are human, so we have our own life, we have our own future, we have our own experience. Of course, I can't say that we should not invest in our memories and our enjoy life. As we know that memory is irreplaceable. That's why so much person that invest in joy and also in our happy experience. However, we can't deny the importance of money. As the author say that we don't know what will happen in tomorrow. If we tomorrow suddenly have something that emergency, like let's say suddenly we have need medicine, happen accident, and then you don't buy any insurance. So how you solve this problem? You can't solve it. So saving is not just denying yourself, but also empowering yourself for your own future, for security and power in your future. So based on Rahim et al. In 2022, 4.81 billion person of 40 until 54 age of person are insufficient financial after retirement. We know that after retirement, we can directly one off that all of our EPF because when they are young, they to enjoy to their life, they use all of their money. That's how I say that okay, they have money to sit in EPS, and then how they would have money. It's just suddenly book got money. It's impossible happen like that. As you know, 84% person nowadays are less than 1,000 ringgit EPS in 2023. When you retire 60 years old, you take all of the money one off. It's less than the minimum amount. Then how you can ensure you can live without do anything? You know, as we know that retirement we already do not do any work. We just enjoy our life. If you don't have the basic amount of money, how you can do anything? Or about how you can do? Or Hasim, do you something else to add on?
84%. That's a heavy shadow. But yeah, I getting the meaning of what is like it unpredictable. And yes, that is unpredictable. And yeah, the emergency could be at any time. So we should saving in it. So that's that data make you rethink that coping mechanism I get.
So far as what Zuk said just now, it is a huge number, but I don't think that is too important to affect all that. It's basketball in the respective period. Those of us who are living in a world that filled with jobs or our stressful lifestyle, we need a ways to relieve our stress. Steady isn't just buying things. It's about the investment to regain a sense of ownership. Based on the study of loss into 2020, when a person is spending on what they want, they will feel release. They will feel relief and feel that their decision is really to be chosen. The freedom to buy the things can make people relieve their stress and regain again their ownership through their future. So for example, I just bought a bicycle that cost me around 300 ringgit for this month. It has cut me a hand and a legs, but I don't think that it is a waste of money. You can say that the investment in sport is actually a waste of money. Before this, I always feeling stressful and anxious about my job. But after I bought this bicycle, I will go to cycling in the evenings. It helps me to relieve my stress and increase my emotional resilience to face our obstacles. So we can say that spending is just about wasting money. We should use our money in the right career to make sure that we can get the benefit of this. All I want to say for this session.
So the thing that we buy actually is beneficial too. Just not waste the money, but is help us the release and get away from stress, such as we bought a bike, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a beneficial in it. And Chong said that life is unpredictable, so the saving is more important in this case. And 84% have less to get the money less than 1,000 ringgit. Right? 100,000 ringgit. So that's a worst issue actually can happen, and it's a beneficial thing to think that yeah, in this world right now, we need something for entertainment, and we need to think before it happen. So yeah. Next, about the topic and the logic about a modern budget. Look at the idea. Food, housing, and transport is the largest share. Saving is actually the smallest slice. Some call this a mistake. I call it a rational choice to find daily quality of life over a uncertain someday. Chop. In a world where the flesh is getting all money, is it even rational to keep burning in it?
This podcast session, okay? So for my view, okay, we know that we as a human, of course, we need to manage everything, not only time, not only our work, and also money. When we need to manage our money properly, of course, we need the financial literacy. So what is financial literacy? The knowledge. If you want to manage time properly, you need to learn how to manage time properly. If you want to learn money management, you need to know how to literacy management. So, for my view, balance is the key. Do you know that in our some of the movie like Star Wars, they always say that when the force with you. Why they say that? Because they need to balance. In a curve, we need to ensure that our target and also something is optimal. We need to ensure that it's balanced between everything. Balance for everything. So in this case, one thing that we need to balance is safe, future, and also we need to balance this enjoy and also saving. That's why we won't have any financial instability, and also we will have meaningful plus, but we have our own financial management that in correct track. So in conclusion, we can enjoy in present, but also we need to invest in our growth. Balance between saving and enjoy. That's what my keyword. Always balance between save and enjoy. My suggestion: save first to find meaningful experience without the debt. Hang on. Start with saving, then allocate both. That's all for my view.
Alright, I like the statement that Sean said we should balance the enjoy and balance the saving. And I like the one that's why would of the story, may the force be with you. So it should be balanced. So if we balance, we don't be like Anakin Skywalker because he didn't balance about it. Right? And yes. Also, yeah. So we should be balanced about it. You mentioned that the word definition of need has changed to in this digital era.
Yes.
So how does that the impact of spending?
So from what John said just now, I respect Bush's point. However, I still have some argument about the balance he said just now. For me, actually we should prioritize our health and our wealth. Although I said that we should have a great mental wealth that have an opportunity. Based on the study of chemistry and Red Top 2021, they say that emotional susceptibilities is correlate with our spending. It means that our emotional is actually affect how we spend on our daily life. Many say that emotional is one of the factors that cause that impulse. It's what they call it spending without any decision. But I'm totally disagree with what they say just now. Okay. Actually, spending is a decision that made with our rational decision with the mixture of emotion factor. So, if we can spend it with the rational thinking, we are actually invest to a positive lifestyle. Our positive lifestyle is a priority for our life. We shouldn't just save it with the actual amount in the bank, but we should enjoy our life in current stage. If we invest in this career, we will have the confidence to face our obstacle. It's better to have the confidence to face obstacle than just having lots of money in the banks. So I am more prefer to only a house that is filled with memories than just having 60% for my salary impacts. That's what I want to say for this session. What do you think?
So yeah, it is well on box tickets. So the people should find something positive lifestyle to do it. And every people has their opinion about it. So I won't mind about it because I try to find something that I should agree about it. So yeah, that's for what the opinion about it. But we have more than, right? So for now, we're talking about Plan A. But Plan A often involve personal loans. So Chong, what's the end game when the loans start piling up? For now, we're talking about Plan A. But Plan A often involve personal loans. So Chong, what's the end game when the loans start piling up?
Okay, so thank you for that question again. So based on what I have at all in 2024, one of the most biggest problem that young person face is bankrupt. And why they bankrupt? Because of this personal loan. So when we don't have the knowledge to manage money, of course our financial will be a problem. When financial problem, you don't have money, we will go to bank and borrow money. That's why we call it personal loan. But in fact, there's 30% person that do personal loan based on in 2023 based on Malay male in 2019. When they don't have enough money, they borrow the money. When they borrow the money, they will borrow it again. When you do once, they will be twice. When twice, they will be third. That's why the bank interest will be more than before until you can't pay for it, and then you will announce as bankrupt. That's you understand about bankrupt. That's why we need to do wiser choice in our life, which is saving. We need long-term security, stability, and freedom in long term. We don't look at the short term only. That's from my view for about personal loan. So don't do personal loan if you can. Although you already have a stable job, permanent job, don't do personal loan if it is no emergency. Don't do it without thinking properly.
Alright, Joe. I'm said that I am very sad that it's a threat that young people usually always trapped in bankruptcy. So this younger people should thinking wise and use the money for a long term, not for a short term. Last word is the evidence of happiness to your home worth the weight of that potential bankruptcy.
Thank you, Ji. So, like what Joe said, they said that many teenagers have personal loans did affect their daily life. But based on my study, to the deals at 2026, they say that e-wallets and the digital payments is actually affect our transaction of cash. Many say that this convenient device has made them spend more on what they don't need for their life. So it will increase their loss in daily life. But I totally disagree with their spending behavior. Spending is actually an investment. And the main factor that affect this choice is actually the inflation of economies. When the country is facing the inflation, the things will increase. So our spending will increase to just get what we want for our life. So, as a teenager, when you look at the country economies that have increased in current age, so you should spend wisely. Is what I need to say. For example, we need a car to transport us to the destination without wasting any time. So I am not prefer to get a larger car, not because to a luxury lifestyle, but actually a way for me to experience the better quality of drive on the roads. So we can say spending is actually a waste, but it's actually a smart choice for how do you use it in your life. This is what I want to say about the spending.
So yeah, based what on said that, for example, the car forget to destination. So on said that we should get the bigger car, not for wasting, but it's a new experience for us to get a new car, right? But actually it depends on person, especially for younger people, so that he or she can waste so much money in it. Yeah, so we can buy a new car, but we shouldn't waste more money, and we should know disadvantage about it so they won't get bankruptcy. Alright, thank you both. We put the battle between safety and certification, but we need to look at the structural reality of debt in our society. If we look at government and employees, many of drowning in housing and cooperative loans with debt levels reaching a staggering to 20 to 70 and until to 75,000 of their monthly income, largely because they have the easy access to credit. Meanwhile, in the private sector, employees are leaning on high interest credit cards and unsecured loans, eating up 90 to 95% of their paychecks. These aren't just numbers, they represent a high risk of default and a total loss of freedom. Saving is the only healthy way to prepare for the unknown. And Suchong, given these massive debt levels, do you still believe that the spending quality of life is even a rational choice at this point?
Hello. Okay. So for my view, enjoy is important, but saving is more important. As you know, when we collect money, it will more and more based on the when the time has go through, everything will be changes. Our saving also will multiply. This is because we need to avoid from the shadow of debt or regret in our future. If you don't save, then in the future you will regret. I promise you will regret if you don't save your money. So my suggestion is save 30% of your every month. So let's say your pay slip 30%. Take it 30%, 10% for emergency fund and 10% for steady. So we need to secure our present and future. Oh, you should claim down and not enjoy just now, but also need to enjoy your future. So how do you look about now and also future?
Alright, so if you look about now, it's something that we need to think that we should save it or not. But in future, it's really the answer that you should sell it. And I like the tricks from Chong. 20% about our monthly salary, so we don't get any bad financial money about. So you should take that the financial is important in our saving of money. So yeah. Oh
Yes.
all right. That's a vital question. Is good pre-spending more attractive than debt with spending? Alright. Do you see the dangers of later versus now shaping our choices today?
So okay, I agree with both of. I see the concept behind your speaking just now, and I am every day. Memories is actually not a waste of life. Our current life is actually more important than future because we need to feel happy in this current stage. But as the debt is keeping increasing, our dream might not get works. So to avoid this risk, I have a proposal for myself. I will start with a small target, like about 10% of my salary. I will save it in my bank account money. This is not about to avoid the risk, but it's more of a small way for me to achieve my target in future. As a saying goes, Rome was built in one thing. Saving is actually in the fixed amounts, and it can make sure that I will live without fear in future. So that's what I want to say for this session. What do you think?
Alright. So yeah, we should buy something so that we can use it for now and in future. But in this podcast, I will choose one only. And today I just see more than one, which is a fact from Cha, and a reality stories from home. At the fact, the tricks, the certification, and thought about it, I agree that Chong is the tricks for me to start the saving of money. So we should think that money that we have, we should saving money for some times, and like Chong said, we should balance about it. We can buy things that we like, but we should think twice or maybe think thousand about it and start to saving and buy, but we should be balanced about it, right? So yeah, in this podcast we got a many to talks and it's already got an answer. It sounds like we found a middle ground, treating savings not as a leftover but as a fixed cost for future happiness. That's for our podcast today. Right, it sounds like we found a middle ground, treating saving not as a leftover but as a fixed cost for future happiness. And I already wrap up. We see that the stakes are high in terms of absolute debt amounts. Government employees usually carry higher debt because of large approved loans. However, in terms of the risk of uncontrolled debt, private sector employees are more vulnerable since they depend on short-term credit with high interest rates. It's a tight walk for everyone, for every sector. Sure, what are your final thoughts for our listeners today?
Okay, based on LOFA by in 2023, most of the person that has healthy problem are the person that got financial management problem. As you know, if you want the better quality of life, you should save money as your first task. Always remember that, because plan to save, then you will save to plan. So, passing on, please save money for your own future. That's all from me.
You need to plan before the plan failing. So yeah, a plan to protect the mind as such as the wallet. And you get the fighting weight on the human side of this day.
So, for what you said just now, I can see the concept behind. So actually, the topic we discussed about today is not just about money versus our memories, but it's about how the money serve to our memories. We need to plan our spending and saving in a balance that to make sure that our dream can be achieved in one day. So based on the laws and rules to the NWP, it said that when a person is free to do their choice, they are freely kept. So I will still spending on what I want, but I will start with a small target in my daily life to make sure that I can achieve my big dream in future. That's what I want to say today. Thank you.
Yeah, I get its changes. So I would change this. I would like to be in mindset. Just Chong say. So yeah, a heart full of memories protected by a bank account full of security. That is the ultimate goal. Thank you, Chong, and for this real talk. And to our listeners, whether your team save or team spend, make sure you the one in control of your story. And I'm Hazi, and this has been Financial Talks with Stories Love. See you in the next episode. Goodbye. See you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.